Review of the designed ultimate man cave master bath. Wow. Look out, Fred Flintstone. So here we go. Here's what we did in this bathroom. First off, in the shower. Quite a bit of difficulty because the extension of the house from here over had lateral supports which caused everything to slope down. So through leveling and concrete mortaring and everything else that we had to do to try to achieve a flush plane, we were able to put it in this wet bed, which is probably about 4 inches thick at this point. So what we did, now obviously it needs to be cleaned, okay? So just to give you a quick idea, the wet bed was completely finished before the bench, all right, before any wall tile. Pebbles were all fully installed, which is a mosaic mat. But what I wanted to show you here is the easy way to try to do this so you don't get yourself too much into trouble if you're doing this on your own is we always take a 3-inch strike all the way around the edge perimeter. And we make that 3-inch strike of mortar as we're installing that wet bed over our liner, dead level all the way around. And then we want at least 1/4 inch pitch for every foot. So you have about 1.5 feet. So we got almost a 1/2 inch pitch into the drain from all directions, all corners, all directions. And just to give you a quick heads up on how this will work, we'll run this real quick with you. And just so you can see what's going on here, we have an overhead, which worked out very nice. Now the only way you can really improve that is by installing it from the ceiling all the way down, but that's a whole different hardware setup. So the way this one works out is an overhead straight rainfall style faucet. And as you can see, everything is really just sticking to the middle. But we can show you additional further. We have a wand here and a diverter. So let's activate the wand. So done. And this is just to give you a quick idea of testing. So you can see that everything does in fact flow directly into the center. So if you use that little trick on a wet bed, this isn't how to build a wet bed, this is just a little tip to the bathroom. Alright, now if we shut this off completely, hang that back up, take a look over here, and what you'll find is all of the water has drained down into the drain. So it's working very well. Okay, so again we got this little tip by doing a 3 to 4 inch perimeter, dead level, all the way around of mortar, which is about 1.75 inches thick. And we're bringing it in here to about 1.25 inches right around the drain. That dries over the liner. Then we install a fresh coat of fortified mortar, and we start laying the mosaics. Okay, so that takes care of that. That's not the idea of the entire video, it's just how to go about making a man cave. So what we selected was a 16 by 24 tile. So if you look at this tile, obviously you can see the outline of the pattern, which comes across, goes up, sculpted edges, sculpted top, sculpted bottom. So this tile must stack one on top of another on top of another. It is very difficult to get started. As you can see, what we did is we started and you have to cut off that bottom to get a start on it. The bench itself worked out pretty uniquely. Now we did something a little different in here because we don't want anyone to get cut on any kind of binders. They don't offer a bullnose with this tile. So that's the best we did with it. We sculpted it down, no one gets cut. Water drains right off of it, and that's a done deal. So this particular homeowner likes that rustic man cave style motif. So what we did was we brought that shower, which is about 4 foot wide by about 44 inches out from the wall, and he took another tile, which is almost like a rock sculpt, and put that on the floor. Now, broke it up a little bit in color, and the reason being is if you walk in here with the same color on the floor and the wall, it can disorient you a little bit. So he chose to just offset the color a little bit, and then we topped it off with this very unique sink. This completes the man cave. And what this does, lights up. I don't know if I'm too keen with that, but the idea in this is to give them a rustic look. Alright, so that's a vessel sink shaped like a geode or a rock. We'll take a look at it from over here. Pretty unique, very different. Okay. Obviously the vent over here, but you can take a quick look at the underside. It does need to be cleaned out. It was just installed. So with this sink, we had a lot of trouble with the pop-up that came with that faucet. It was a saucer top, hat, push down, pull up, and it didn't work on this because the way this is cut out, there's a 3/4 inch recess cut in here, which means any device must sit down into the hole. So when this drains, you can see the water actually goes into this cracked area, and that's how it actually drains. So when you activate this feature, I don't want to go, sorry. All right, that clogs your water, and that keeps the side from draining. Push pull, so you always have this finish on top. And that's it. Settle it out with a threshold that'll match the tone of the stone. Alright, the only thing left here is a light mirror and towel bar accessories. Hope this helped.